I think it's a natural human reaction to be afraid of these things because they're novelty and they're new and like how can they be used and there is good reason in some instances to be afraid. Like you look at the impact of social media, right?
Yeah.
Like it's very not well understood right now the impact it's having in terms of just mental health generally, right? So a simple example is like, I know we both use Instagram, for instance. It's like if all day you're looking at like how beautiful people's lives are compared to yours, well, that like it's the effect of it is going to be similar to what I feel is like smoking in essence, right? But on mental health, right? Because it's like your life can always be better. Because look at all these people. Oh, they're skiing in Whistler, and like, oh, look at what they're doing, and like they're so successful, they're so happy. But these are obviously very curated moments that are shared, right? So I think there is reasons to be afraid, but not for the popular stories of like the robot wars and like Terminator coming. But broadly speaking, I think it's time to be super excited and positive about the outcomes, right? For many different areas, right? Just health, for instance, right? So like technology, there's a lot of innovation happening right now on the health side. And that's going to have a huge impact on like longevity and understanding lifespan, things like understanding nutrition. For instance, agriculture is undergoing a huge revolution as well. So you might have heard about artificial technologies that enable, let's say, facial recognition, right? So being able to scan people's faces, but these same sort of like scary technologies are going to be applied to crops, right? So the yield on crops will be vastly improved, right? Because you're going to be able to identify, oh, this crop needs more pesticide, this crop needs more fertilizer, and doing this at scale with these technologies, right? Because the vision behind it, the computer will be able to understand and learn over time. So that's going to dramatically improve the output of things like agriculture, for instance, right? So take that one simple example, apply that to so many different areas, be it to like milk, vegetables, etc. You're going to see a lot of positive benefit of these things over the course of the next few decades, which I think is going to greatly impact humanity in a positive manner. But like you said, there's two sides to the story. It's not just all positive.
How much impact do you think that's going to have on work ethic, right? I mean, kids that grow up with all these tools and like you were mentioning, okay, create your own YouTube channel and maybe they'll succeed at it, maybe not, I don't know. But see, we grew up in an era where, like you said, it was manual labor. I worked as a waiter, I worked as a busboy. I did so many different jobs, and obviously from each job, there's something that you take away from it, right? Whether it's positive or negative, you develop human relations, social skills. Is there a danger right now, or is there a place where kids won't go through that stage? And
I don't see a danger in work ethic. I've seen too many, like I've worked with too many, let's say, younger millennials, quote unquote, that just have a ridiculous work ethic. So like I think they get slammed for that, but I haven't seen it personally. I know there's probably two sides to that. Where I see a bigger danger is in interpersonal skills and communications, because I see that at high school where it's like the kids are all looking at their phones, and it's a danger I actually raise. And I usually get a few points here. It's like, what's going to count more in terms of skill set moving forward, right? So if you have a very job that could be automated, it will be. Right. So if you're a truck driver, if you're a paralegal, if you're a radiologist, all these things are going away as disciplines, right? Because a software will do it better than a human. It's guaranteed. So this core skill set that will not get automated away is going to be things like creativity, things like focus, things like communication, right? So those things continue and will gain more in importance over time. And that's where I see the impact of like things like cell phones and how we're addicted to them having a potential negative impact. Because instead of like, in high school, having a conversation with someone and speaking, like we had no other means except of yelling and screaming at each other. Now you can just text all day long, right? Why pick up the phone and call someone? And I see that if that's not properly identified and rectified, I think soon enough that could be a huge issue where kids don't have the influence skills that you need to work in a real world environment, right? Because the real world, you need to basically convince people of your ideas and what you're trying to do.
So you think that's going to have an impact in the marketplace, or
a negative one? Yeah.